assumption would be that
I'd like to say good afternoon to everyone. Let's call Prattville Planning Commission to order. Madam Secretary, would you call roll, please?
Mayor Gillespie.
Here.
Councilman Bowles. Chairman Gardner.
Here.
Vice Chair McAuley.
here.
Ms. Carpenter.
Here.
Mr. Hall. Mr. Nelson.
Here.
And Mr. Smith.
Here.
Thank you, Ms. Morgan. Let it be known that we do have a quorum. We have the minutes from November 15th and January the 17th. November the 15th is 2012 and January the 17th is 2013. Has everyone had a chance to read those minutes?
Mr. Chairman, I reviewed and made a couple of corrections on the January 17th that Ms. Morgan has made,
All right.
and would move that they be approved as per.
All right, do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by raising your right hand. All opposed, like sign. Thank you. Minutes passed. We got some old business, some rezoning, some FAR, M2 Heavy Industry, Highway 82 East. The petition is Prattville Development Group, LLC. I understand that he has a letter to withdraw. Has everyone got a chance to read that letter or see the letter?
I did that already.
All right. Chief Johnson, would you read that letter into record for us, please?
Is this what you're?
Right.
This is from APMI LLC, to whom it may concern in regards to the property of Highway 82. At such time, I determined a necessity for such. I will reply, thank you sincerely, George P. Walthall III and APMI.
Thank you, Chief. Do I hear a second? Mr. Nelson, second. All in favor of the withdrawal, let it be known by raising your right hand. All opposed, like sign. It was unanimous. Next order of business is a preliminary plat, Covington Jr., plat number 1 7th Street. Owner is Eugene Covington Jr. Engineers is Alabama Line Surveyor. Mr. Duke, let us know what's going on.
Sir, you have a request for a platting of a lot on 7th Street, basically between Martin Luther King Drive and Court Street. This is a existing lot of record, but in the process of surveying it, they found that they have some issues, and the property owner is asking that it be platted to resolve those and get a proper recording. The process we have for platting, the city requires a preliminary and a final plat, and if this had been a platted piece of property, this would be nothing more than a replat. But having never been platted, this is the procedure we need to follow. So a public hearing is in order for the preliminary plat, and then a vote on that, and then a reading of the final plat and a vote on that. Be glad to answer any questions. Again, this is not really dividing an existing lot. This is just formally platting this one lot that exists there mid-block on the south side of 7th Street.
So everything's in order.
Everything is in order, yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Anyone have any more questions for Mr. Duke at this time?
But again, public hearing notices did go out, and there may be some folks that have come expecting some division of the property, and you do need to hold the public hearing, and we'll be glad to answer any questions.
All right. Well, at this time, we're having a public hearing. If you will, please come and sign in with Ms. Morgan. If you will, please state your name and your address.
Diane Motley Taylor, 1996 Suncrest Drive, Prattville, Alabama. I grew up, my home house is at 107 Fault Quarters. And I received a letter about this, it said a subdivision. And my question is, what kind of subdivision? I mean, it's not a whole big plot of land. And when you say subdivision, in my mind, it's saying a lot of houses, a lot more people, more people, there's more traffic, there's a, quiet street. And I know nobody wants to disturb the quiet, peaceful living of people that already live there. So that's my question, that's my concern.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Duke, would you want to come up and clarify what about the subdivision letter that she received?
Yes, sir. I can certainly clarify that and make sure I'm even clearer than I was a second ago. This property that exists, it is an existing lot. Here, I've got a map here that I can show you.
Oh, I know the lot.
Okay.
I grew up
Okay.
in the area.
The lot itself is not being divided at all. It's the property owner wishes to clarify and clear up a boundary question, and the process to do that is to plat that and bring it to the Planning Commission for their approval. The boundaries are in essence not really changing. It just corrects the legal description, and it doesn't divide it as the notice kind of indicates that it might be divided. It's not really being divided. It's just being approved under the subdivision regulations. And there's not going to be any additional. There's going to be one house there on that lot. And so it's really more of a housekeeping and paperwork type approval. But there's not going to be any type of additional other than the one lot that's already there. And on that one lot, they're allowed to have one house. Okay.
I mean, when you saw the word subdivision.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
I agree.
Right. All right. Thank you, Ms. Taylor. Mr.
And also, the way this is regulated, it's just a single family.
That's correct. The zoning for this property only allows for one unit to be on this lot. There's not going to be multiple units, and it's not being divided to allow more than one unit.
Thank you, Mr. Duke. Yes, sir. If you will, please state your name for the record and your address.
Charlie C. Scott, and I'm speaking on behalf of our church. Sent me down here in Bethlehem, CME Church, and we were concerned about a subdivision, kind of like the other young lady there. But I heard what he said about that spot not being a subdivision, and but on the other question I think I would have would be, is this unit, this one house, is it going to be a one individual house, or is it going to be, you're going to have apartments in it? It'd be one building, have 4, 5 families living in this one building, be apartment type thing. Now, is this going to be that, or just a one family dwelling? Who am I asking?
Mr. Duke, would you come and clarify that for Mr. Scott?
And I'm sorry the applicant's not here. I try not to speak for them, but by zoning, there can't be anything but a single family unit on that property. There can't be any apartments, so they can only have a one family house. So just one house, one dwelling unit on that property.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Scott. Is there anyone else? Yes, ma'am, speak your name and your address for us, for the record for us, please.
Lisa Parker, 129 Cosby Court. But I got this letter from my uncle property, Joe Henry Parks, that owns the property of 7th Street, the one that say the subdivision will be 500 feet within his property. I was just concerned about it, about the subdivision thing.
Yes, ma'am. I think that's what we were doing, is clearing up, and I think the misnomer is that it's a one lot within this subdivision that is existing. The homes that are already there, and it's just one lot that we looking to approve. So it would not be a subdivision and would not be divided where you could build apartments or anything like that. It's just for one home. And it was not platted in the future earlier. So now what we want to do is just make it right. It's mostly paperwork to make sure that we know exactly what's on 7th Street, much rather than not knowing.
Well, ain't nothing on this property,
Yes,
right
ma'am.
here. It's just empty.
Right. But at least now it'd be a part of a plat, and we know what's on it and know what can go on it. As of right now, we don't know what you can put on it or not. That's why we're just bringing it into the city now as a plat, so we can put one home on it.
That's all I wanted to know.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Is there anyone else like to speak for or against? If not, we'll close the public hearing. Mr. Smith, if you would you read the preliminary?
Absolutely. Preliminary plat.
Is located inside the Prattville city limits on the south. The city of Prattville Planning Commission hereby gives its
Do I hear a second? Second by Mr. Nelson. Any more questions of Mr. Duke this time? Or anyone? If not, all in favor of the Covington Junior Plat number 1, let it be known, the preliminary, let it be known by raising your right hand. All opposed, like sign. Motion carried. For the resolution for final plat, Covington Junior Plat number 1, Mr. McCarley, would you read that one for us, please?
Resolution final plat, Covington Junior Plat 1, February 21st, 2013. Whereas Eugene Covington Jr. is the owner of Covington Junior Plat 1. Whereas the proposed development is located inside the Prattville city limits at the south side of 7th Street between MLK Drive and 4th Street. And whereas a preliminary plat for the proposed development was approved on February 21st, 2013. And whereas the required city departments have reviewed and commented on the proposed development, now therefore be it resolved that the City of Prattville Planning Commission hereby gives its favorable review of the submitted final plat of Covington Junior Plat 1. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Are there any questions? If not, all in favor of the final plat for Covington Junior Plat number 1, let it be known by raising your right hand. All opposed, like sign. Motion carried unanimously. Item number 4 is a replat for Sandra Davis, plat number 1, 216 Ridgewood Road, owner Sandra Davis, engineers is Prattville Land Surveyor. No, it's a simple motion. When Mr. Duke kind of give us as soon as he finished explaining, tell us what he got. Ms. Sandra Davis, plat number 1, you want to tell us what it is, Mr. Duke?
Yes, sir. You have a request for a replat of, let's see if I can get the lot number right.
Item number 4.
Replat of a piece of property that was originally Lot 90 of the Avalon Place subdivision. If you'll recall, the Avalon Place subdivision was a several lot, I'll say several, almost 200 lots that was originally platted back in the 1950s between Greencrest and Ridgewood Road, and in some places extends south of Ridgewood Road, depending on which side of the creek you were on. And it extended all the way over to MLK Drive. This lot 90 is located close to the intersection of Ridgewood Road and Highway 31. It is on the south side of Ridgewood. The applicant is proposing to divide this existing lot, which has an existing single-family home on it, into 3 lots. One lot would hold the existing single-family unit, and then 2 additional lots would be added facing Ridgewood Road. Based on the covenants originally recorded with the 1950s plat and with current zoning, these lots have to match the lots surrounding it, and the 2 new lots are being platted at a size of 1.4 acres and 1.17 acres in size, each of them greater than an acre. This replat will also require the extension of sewer to serve those 2 new lots. So I'm glad to answer any questions. Ms. Davis is here as well to answer any questions.
All right. Does any commission have any questions, Mr. Duke, at this time?
The access for Lot C to street?
Lot C will be afforded a corridor. You can see there on the east side of the lot, providing it direct access back to Ridgewood. Now this configuration would limit any further division in the future. So there would not be an opportunity, for instance, to divide Lot C, which is the remainder lot, in the future.
Mayor?
And I apologize. I need to remind y'all to use your microphones. These sessions are being recorded, and the webmaster will chastise me otherwise if you don't use your microphone.
Well, I will be using mine, but have the surrounding neighbors been contacted on this?
Yes, sir. As you requested, now state law doesn't require it and your regulations don't require it, but as you requested on previous replats, we've notified everyone that is adjacent. And you can see that's quite a number of folks. We've also had some interest within the neighborhood, so I feel certain that many of the neighbors are aware of those that were adjacent were notified. Again, these lots that are being created are similar in size or larger than the lots that are existing in that neighborhood. And these will be single-family lots as required by zoning.
All right, Mr. Duke.
Thank you.
Ms. Davis, is there anything you would like to say?
Yes, I have to come up.
You have to come up and speak. No, you could just come up and speak. Yes, ma'am.
I just would appreciate your help on this. This is a desirable place that I want to retire and live, and I want my daughter to be with me next door. And that's why we're doing what we're doing, which is dividing this 4.4 acres that I didn't need all of it. So that's what we're planning on doing, is building 2 homes, one for my daughter Sandy and one for myself.
Yes, ma'am. Does any of the commission have any questions for Ms. Davis?
Nothing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'd like to move that we accept the replat of the Sandra Davis Plat 1, 216 Ridgewood Road.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Smith. No further question. All in favor, let it be known by raising your right hand. All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. And I see we have nothing for miscellaneous. Mr. Duke, you have anything?
Yes, sir. I want to mention to you an opportunity for some training if you're interested. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the program called Your Town, Alabama. I think we've sent some folks from the city in the past, but I'm not sure. Yes, sir. Your Town, Alabama is a nonprofit organization that is mostly funded by Extension Service, by Rural Development, by the Regional Planning Commission of Greater Birmingham. But it's a 2-day session. It's held each year at Camp McDowell, which is somewhere close to Jasper, I think, where participants are given the opportunity to learn more about how urban design or how design really influences your community and how to take advantage of better design. I'd like to offer that if you're interested in going. The dates for this year are May the 8th through May the 10th. I apologize, it's 2.5 days. The city has budget to allow for planning commissioners to attend if you would like to participate. If there's somebody out there you think it's important that they go and learn a little bit more about things that you do every third Thursday of the month, which is looking at better design for the city, I would encourage you to pass their name along. Maybe we can broaden our knowledge base within the city. So if you want to know more about that, I'll be glad to share it with you. I just want to make sure you are aware of that. And again, that's May the 8th through the 10th. And it does require a little bit of a commitment of time and a couple of days, but I think you would find it really interesting. They bring in experts from around the state and outside the state to provide guidance on opportunities from state agencies, federal agencies, but also looking at how do you harness the vision you have for your community and what you would like to be. So be glad to talk with you further about that. Thank you. This is at Camp McDowell, which is it's up north of Jasper. So thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Any more questions, Mr. Duke? Do I hear a second? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Ayes got it. Thank you.